Hi everyone in YouTube world. This is part 2 of my review of the Ashton Drake doll. And I have decided to name her Chloe Eliza Lorenta. And her little doll's name is Adeline. You could even say Addie for short. And so she has her birth announcement card. But right beside her, I have my largest Ashton Drake doll, who is, I believe, 24 inches tall. And this set is called A Sister's Love. It came with this 24-inch doll, who you guys know as Betty, and this small little doll, who's around, I would say, 11 or 13 inches long, and her name is Judy. And because they're known as Ashton Drake's Sisters Love, I named them after the white Christmas characters, Betty and Judy, the Haynes sisters. So she has some shoes and socks that I ended up gifting her. But I wanted to compare these shoes, which I had to buy separately, and socks, to Chloe's socks and shoes. So you can see the type of material. This material will probably tear very easily if you weren't gentle with this doll. But I like the decor of the shoes, or the decorum on the shoes, which is a bow and a pearl. And I like the fact that her socks are dolled up with lace. So she is a very, very pretty doll. And looking at the scale of these two dolls, I can easily say that this doll right here is probably around 21 to 22 inches tall and long compared to Betty from A Sister's Love. This dress and outfit I gifted Betty, along with her hair bows, and the same thing goes with her sister. This diaper cover is from Ashton Drake. Since we just had Easter, she's still in her Easter best. This t-shirt or undershirt is from Ashton Drake as well. Oops, sorry. And this bib is from Ashton Drake, and I had Judith embroidered onto the bib. So I try my best to match these two dolls up because they're not in the outfits they arrived in. But Chloe and Adeline are in the outfits. They're in their meet outfits and attire. When Betty and Judy came to me, I decided not to gift them a card, but when I saw this card at Home Goods, I felt like this card would be perfect for Betty and Judy. So they too have their birth announcement card. The day that I got them is the date that's printed on the card. And I got this doll in July, or these two dolls as a set in July. And again, this is my Mother's Day gift. So she is so beautiful. And I thought a comparison would be pretty good for these two dolls, because that way if you wanted to add these two dolls to your collection, you could. And if you really wanted to see them to scale, you could as well. So you can see Betty, how long she is compared to Chloe. And it's so funny because it looks like they're sitting on a pew. This is my youngest, the youngest member of my family's toy box. So it's funny that the toy box looks like a pew in a cathedral. And it looks like these two girls are celebrating Easter Sunday. Part of my review is the skin tone, or the skin vinyl, or the color of the vinyl on the doll. And I thought I would do the basics of basics, since people are very prejudicial these days. So my youngest is learning about colors in school: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, pink, and purple. And these are some concepts that go with his curricula that he should be learning at school, things that are being taught in the younger grades. So the younger grades are learning how to classify red apple versus a green cucumber, yellow pepper, what is brown, as like peanut butter or as in peanut butter, black raisins, white eggs. So I'm going to get as basic as I can for you guys on YouTube, because I am a mother as well as a person who has many degrees and certifications. So when I get as basic as possible, I mean that there are colors of brown that you could describe these dolls as, such as sorrel, which is a basic color that are found in crayons. So this color is sorrel. You also have basic colors like chestnut. You have brown colors like bittersweet. This one is tan. You also have the color umber. You also have light browns, such as this color like birch. This is just a basic color that says brown, if you really wanted to get basic. This is gold. This is hickory, for those of you who wanted to know what the color hickory looks like. Then you have a color like this, which is sandalwood. Then you have a color like this, which is called burnt sienna. You also have a color called mahogany. You have another brown color in crayons that is called acacia. I've never even heard of that, and I've taken many art classes. Burnt sienna again. This one, yep, I said mahogany. Let me keep going. Then you have a color like wren, W-R-E-N, deep brown. You have this color, which is called terracotta, and the last color is burnt orange. I also brought out some Starbucks coffee. So even if you wanted to describe these dolls vinyl as the color of coffee, that would even be appropriate. And if I can't get as basic as possible, my son and I, we both participated in coloring this. This is something from Chick-fil-A, and it's one color on one side, which the factory does, and then your child has the option of coloring it on the other side, and we used many colors for this. So why am I going over all of the brown colors as well as a kindergarten preschool curriculum? Okay, so back to my dolls that I'm reviewing. The reason I went over all of those colors of brown is because on YouTube, as an African American doll collector, I'm not seeing a lot of other collectors talk about how important it is to see brown dolls that are reviewed and that are reviewed correctly. When people see African American dolls' hair, they usually use words like wild, but there are other words that you could use like curly, voluminous. When they see dolls that have dark vinyl, you could use something other than brown to describe their vinyl color, which is why I went over tons of words for brown. So when you guys see these dolls,